On this episode, I'm going to chat with the legendary Shonduras.
Me. And I'm going to chat back.
And it's going to be lit.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Carlos here. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk. We are at Social Media Marketing World 2017, and next to me is the
Real Talk
Shonduras.
I'll real talk with you.
The Real Talk Master, the Prank Master.
I'm not much into pranks, but I'm a Real Talk Master. Let's go.
Let's get it. So recently, you went ahead and eclipsed over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you. 1 million gold play button.
1 million, baby.
I'm excited about that.
So I gotta ask you, how does someone get 1 million subscribers on YouTube?
So, I mean, there's a couple different moving parts to that. Obviously, you have to have good content. Content is king, and so I try my best to do as great content as I possibly can. But there's also a lot of collaborations, you know, being able to like expand your reach. So when I'm able to do that cool stuff, not only by myself, but with other people that are on YouTube, that expands the reach. And then also being able to find ideas that have potential to take off, virality kind of thing. And so I have a couple of series like the Will It Shred, where I turn like weird stuff into skateboards or snowboards. So it's content, but then how are you gonna like feed that content out? And I think that was probably the biggest thing. It took a year and a couple months, and I loved every minute of it. Like it could have taken as long as I wanted to, but I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, speaking of content, so you are, you know, one of the most watched people on Snapchat.
Okay.
And now you are someone who is becoming one of the most watched people on YouTube. So talk to us about that balance. How do you balance out YouTube and Snapchat on a daily basis?
Yeah. I think it's actually funny. I think it's completely backwards. Most people create YouTube content and then their behind the scenes of their life is kind of on Snapchat. Mine started out the opposite. I would focus really hard on a cool Snapchat story, like creative concept story, moving parts, engage with my fans, and then the YouTube was like the behind the scenes of me making the Snapchat. So I did daily videos like that. It started out backwards, but I mean, it just goes to show that it really doesn't matter. There's not a specific recipe for success on YouTube or on Snapchat. It's really just your engagement and like the kind of content you create. So I don't know, I guess that's the answer to your question.
Yeah, speak to the younger creators out there. So for example, my son, Lil C. Shout out to Lil C, who is trying to grow his YouTube channel. His birthday just passed. I bought him a nice little camera, the whole setup. He's got computers so he can edit. So to those younger content creators, and even the folks that come here to social media marketing world, what's your advice to them specifically?
I think if you are honestly doing what you want to do, like you're passionate about it, then it will all work out. Like if your kid's like actually like he loves seeing you on YouTube videos, he wants to be like, Dad, make cool content, like he will honestly succeed in that. If he's doing it just because like you're saying like, oh, this is a great career field, there's lots of opportunity, everything's moving digital, then it's gonna feel forced, and I think it's a lot harder. So young kids, whatever you're passionate about, like get after it. When I took off on Snapchat, it wasn't because there was a certain recipe. I was just doing what I liked. I like to travel, I like to skateboard, and I legitimately like to meet people from all over the world, like snap them back, come and be part of my stories. So I just did what I liked, and it ended up working. There's little tips and tricks you learn along the way, but if you're doing what you like, it's gonna work out.
So right here, there, don't force it. It's all about creating content, documenting what you naturally do already.
I agree.
So we're here at Social Media Marketing World. It is a marketing conference.
Yes.
You're a creator, an amazing creator. So what advice can brands take away when they sit in a session?
I actually just spoke on that. When you're working with a brand, from the brand's perspective, I'll just do both perspectives. The creator needs to learn that the brand has certain initiatives that they want to, like a point they want to get across, and creators need to understand that, and brands need to understand that creators have a certain voice that their audience is familiar with and resonates well with their audience. And so if you can both kind of meet in the middle, that's like a very cliche thing to say, but you really have to do it. If you can make the brand the hero, that's when the content wins. So if you're doing something extra cool because the brand enabled you to do it, then the brand is the hero of that content, and everyone's like, oh cool, like this worked because the brand came in and gave you a pizza party or did whatever, and then everyone's really hyped on that brand. If you're already having fun and then you like shift out of your normal fun to like do something branded, then it feels like a commercial or an inconvenience. But if you're like, what are we doing tonight? Like, I don't even know. And then a brand comes in and tweets you and provides like a fun solution. All of a sudden they're the hero and people love the brand for doing that. And that's kind of the win-win, the meet in the middle there.
The word I keep hearing from creators though, Sean, is trust.
Yeah.
And oftentimes you'll hear creators say that brands just need to trust brands need to trust the creators to go ahead and just create content without giving them a lot of direction and guardrails. Would you agree with that?
Honestly, like it really is in the middle. It's a balance because each creator's different and each brand's different. There are creators where like, I would love if a brand would just trust me because I've been doing this long enough that I know exactly how to get that brand's message across. There are other creators that are insanely talented creators. They make funny videos, they create cool content, but they're not familiar with how to work with a brand to get their message across. So if that creator says, trust me, I know how to do my audience, maybe they're not gonna do the best possible collaboration with that brand to get the brand's point across, to make sure their audience doesn't feel like it wasn't authentic and stuff. So that's where it's like the creator actually has to trust the brand in knowing that like the brand has some unique ways that they could probably support the creator. So I mean, it's hard to really pick a word other than meet in the middle, but it's like, you both have to trust each other. It doesn't just go one way, which I think a lot of creators think like, I have all the followers, you need to trust me, it's like my way. But sometimes that isn't the case.
I often like to say this to creators is while you're very talented in doing what you do, if you're not on the payroll necessarily for a company, it's kind of hard for them to automatically trust you. I know brands, they will go to great lengths to really vet creators out there, see what they're posting, they'll really dig into their background. So I'm with you though, creators definitely do need to have an open mind. You gotta let creators be creative without necessarily putting them in a sandbox.
Yeah, I agree. And if you're able to do what's authentic to the creator, it will be a home run campaign. If you make them use 5 hashtags and whatever else that they're not usually doing, then it won't feel. It's gonna feel
spammy. It's gonna feel like it's salesy.
Yeah.
One of the things that you talked about before is around collaborating, which leads me to my next point around mentorship. So throughout your evolution, your journey, have you had mentors that have helped you along the way?
100%. I'd say that's like probably the most important thing within social media is the people you meet and the connections you have. I know people who create really good content and it never gets seen. Musicians, like artists, whatever it is, like you can create really cool content and it will never get seen without those connections. So I really try to foster those connections and like help other people, and then in return, like everything comes full circle, you know? Because when you're creating good content and then there's someone to help you promote that or help you like collaborate on their YouTube channel and stuff like that, then that's when you get your content out there. And so I had mentors like Casey Neistat in the video space helping me better tell a story to my audience, and guys like Gary Vaynerchuk, who are like teaching me how to be more strategic within the brand space and public speaking and how to make those connections, and then other YouTubers and creators that just show me how to hustle and how to get stuff done. So that's really huge. And then I try and give back as well. Like whenever I have an opportunity to like give feedback to another YouTuber, I do that. And whenever I can work with a brand, even if I'm not going to be the one working with them, I kind of walk them through something like, I don't know if I'm your right guy, but you should look into something like this. I can put you in this direction or something. And connections, that's what social media, I mean, that is what social media is all about.
That's how we've connected.
Yeah, that's how you be successful on social media though, is more connections. Like content needs to be there, but without the connections, it's just content chilling.
You absolutely cannot dominate the world in a silo by yourself.
Yeah.
You have people that help open up doors for you, essentially. Yeah. And we are all a byproduct of that. Sean, thank you so much for your time. Where can the viewers out there learn more about what you're working on? Most importantly, how can they support you?
At Shonduras. All my stuff's the same. I lucked out and got it. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, it's all Shonduras. Like Honduras, the country. Can you pop up Honduras, the country? And then just put an S in front of it, and then they'll remember that. Deal?
All right, Sean, thank you so much for your time. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel.
And leave a comment. I'm going to go through the comments and comment back, so leave some good comments.
Boom.
Bye.
Until next time, peace.